All right. Well, right here on our screens is the big power image. For Donald Trump, his entire support team came forward right after he won this presidential election. Well, an official announcement is yet to come in from the White House, but this is really $1 million photograph, a picture that speaks for a million words. Trump was extensively supported by his family and his core members. If I could take our viewers right here in India today to give you a sense of the kind of people who were involved in Trump's campaign. Let me start with Barron Trump. Now, Barron Trump is the son of Donald Trump. We know that he has extensively supported Donald Trump in his campaign. He's been really the advisor pushing Donald Trump to woo the youth in America. In fact, Donald Trump is known to have this zing and spark when it comes to interacting with the youth in America, all thanks to Barron Trump, to have encouraged his father, nudged him in a certain way to actually capture the youth votes. And that's what we see here. Apart from his core Republican voters, we also understand that a large number of youth in America have voted for Donald Trump. So Barron Trump is to thank them. Now, let me take you through J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is the vice president. In fact, we know that J.D. Vance was once a harsh critic of Donald Trump. There was a point where J.D. Vance criticized Donald Trump on his policies, wasn't really a Trump supporter whatsoever, but at the end of it manages to be chosen by Trump and the Republicans, and now he is the vice president of America. Now we have Ivanka Trump. Ivanka Trump was the daughter of Donald Trump. We know that she's into philanthropy, was a senior advisor to Donald Trump back in 2016, 2017. In fact, she took part as a part-time advisor, well, stayed away from the limelight really, but then eventually was officially taken in as a full-time advisor to Donald Trump, where she would advise him on issues on women, particularly to be the real woman face for the team of Donald Trump. So she did what she did back then. Now she decides that she wants to stay away from the limelight. In fact, she and her husband, Jared Kushner, who's the other person in the picture right here, husband of Ivanka Trump, both of them have decided to consciously step aside from the limelight and support Trump on the sidelines. But mind you, they did campaign for him extensively, both his daughter Ivanka and son-in-law Jared Kushner. Now, if I could take you through the other kids of Donald Trump. Tiffany Trump, the daughter of Donald Trump, who is often seen as someone who edges or eggs her father in a way, where he's forced to come down to talking to her as youth, where is often jibing with one another on camera as well. Tiffany Trump, the young daughter of Donald Trump, is also seen in this photograph, a family photograph, where all of them come on stage to endorse Donald Trump's presidency. Now, Donald Trump Jr., the son of Donald Trump again, along with Dana White, the UFC president. A very strong man there, a support that's come in for Donald Trump right in time, while Kamala Harris had all the celebrities supporting her. We know that people like Elon Musk and Dana White and their support for Donald Trump has really meant big. It's come as huge support for Donald Trump at this point. And Eric Trump, who's, again, the son of Donald Trump, a young son, along with Lara Trump, wife of Eric. So this is a family photograph here that we see, along with his some of the team members there who acted as huge support for Donald Trump in his victory here. Now, Donald Trump all set to return to the White House for a second term, claiming victory against Kamala Harris. Trump has addressed his supporters, promising to make America great again. After that historic win, Trump was accompanied by the heroes behind this historic victory. In fact, Trump team on stage, beaming with pride. Let's have a look.
Donald Trump is back in the White House after securing a historic second term. A victory made possible by a team of political strategists. The leading lady in Team Trump is his camera-shy senior campaign advisor, Susie Wiles, who oversaw operations and strategy, especially in battleground states, who did not address the victory rally despite being prodded by Trump himself. Another key member in the team who hogged headlines but was missing from the victory podium was the world's richest man and biggest Trump backer, Elon Musk. The Tesla CEO, who also owns social media giant X, aggressively campaigned for the Republican candidate.
There's a lot of people out there who need to vote for President Trump. Okay, so this is a real battle. This is a real election battle. So you need to get friends and family to vote. Make sure they vote early. This is important. We're going to be putting up a scorecard, okay? An early vote scorecard, state by state, county by county.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who suspended his independent presidential bid in support of Trump, is likely to get a job in the new administration.
A few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he came in. And he's going to help make America healthy again. And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but, Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can do. Nobody else is going to be able to do it. China doesn't have what we have. Nobody has what we have. But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing.
U.S. Congressmen Byron Donalds and Brian Jack had called Trump the right candidate to make America great again. Dana White, the CEO of Ultimate Fighting Championship, vociferously endorsed Trump throughout the latter's campaign and called him the most resilient man he has ever met.
This is what happens when the machine comes after you. What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit. He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family.
Last but not the least, the unofficial advisor of Donald Trump, his son Barron. Barron, who takes an interest in politics, advised Trump on how to attract Gen Z to polling booths and was the brains behind his father going live with popular streamers.
I just want to thank her, but I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great help.
Trump's advisors had a tough task on their hands, but in the end, they managed a relatively easy victory for their leader. The campaign, as it turned out, was a job well done by Team Trump. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, as much as we know that Trump's a family man, we're also looking at his own team who acted like his family, doubled up like his family itself, extended family, who worked really hard to ensure Trump comes back to becoming the president of the United States. If I could take you through this image here right behind me on the core team that's really managed to bring Trump here. Robert F. Kennedy. This is ex-U.S. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, who himself decided to step out of the race himself to endorse Trump. In fact, he was one of those strong supports that came in for Trump, not too early on, a little late though, but certainly a face to reckon with for Trump's victory. And then you have, of course, Elon Musk, Tesla CEO, who's really batted for Donald Trump extensively right from the start. He's now the new owner of Twitter, the social media platform. Elon Musk has wholeheartedly backed Trump in every way possible through his innovative campaigns that he carried out for Trump through his social media platform, Twitter. And then you have Susie Willis. Susie Willis is Trump's campaign advisor. In fact, she is known to have worked behind the scenes largely to ensure Trump leads in many of those swing states. In fact, she was one of those integral members in Trump's campaign, particularly in the 7 swing states. And at that victory speech itself, Trump was trying to egg her on to come on stage and give that little speech there post his victory, but she refused to. So staying on the sidelines, Susie Willis has really played an integral role. And then Byron Donalds, U.S. congressman, again, who's been vociferously batting for Donald Trump to say that he's the right face and only face possibly for the Republicans. He's clearly gone on now to become the President of the United States. Now, Brian Jack, again, U.S. congressman who's batted for Donald Trump through his time and campaigned extensively for Donald Trump. These are star faces, faces of credibility, that's backed Donald Trump at this point during his campaign that's led to his victory. And then you have Dana White, I did mention to you, Dana White, UFC president, again, who's thrown weight behind Donald Trump and on every platform pitched heavily for Donald Trump and why he could make America great again. Last but not the least, Donald Trump's son, Barron Trump, who's said to be a real strategist, the man who's supported Trump through and through in a way of guiding him on how to reach out to the Gen Z, on how to really interact with the youth, by and large, of America. Barron Trump has been attributed to doing that. Well, delivering his speech, victory speech, Donald Trump at that Florida Convention Center thanked his wife, Melania Trump. Remember, Melania, who was once a model, went on to become the First Lady. The last time around itself, she got to the spotlight with her philanthropy, with her best-selling book, and Donald Trump was very quick to actually point that out in his victory speech today, where he's speaking about his wife, Melania Trump, really helping him with his journey here, and also said she's very, very hardworking. This is what he said while addressing his supporters at Florida Convention. Donald Trump thanking his wife and to-be First Lady, yet again, Melania Trump, with a hug and a kiss for supporting him through this presidential election. Listen in.
I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady. Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that? Oh, no, she's done a great job, works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great...
All right, let me take this with Rohit Sharma, our correspondent, who's been on the ground right through the presidential election campaign, bringing us every update into the T. Rohit, your take on Donald Trump coming back to power, really the first president in the United States who's managed to lose out after his first term and then come back the next time. Give us a little more on the victory celebrations for Donald Trump that's currently panning out in America.
Well, if there was one comeback kid, that's President Donald Trump. This is for the history books. I mean, nobody would imagine this, especially if you talk to people on January 6, 2021. Nobody, even in his closest people, there are about 200 people that left President Trump after he left office in 2021, and nobody would have imagined this. Look, he never stopped fighting. I go back to the image from his first assassination attempt, when he rose up and with his fist and said, fight, fight, fight. I think that's the spirit that he has. I spoke to some Republican strategists last night. They said that President Donald Trump really wants to deliver for American people, and he kept his messaging was, to keep it simple. And then look, what we saw last night was him, absorbing everything, being very humble. Remember, he had about 25 to 30 people on that stage. Stark contrast from 2016 when you had like a bunch of people and family members. This time he had his campaign advisors, he had Speaker Mike Johnson, he had a lot of people on that stage and essentially trying to speak to Americans. He said something very interesting last night. He said, I want to bring the country together. You would have never thought that, Donald Trump would be talking about the message of unity. And he was very humble, in his victory. And I think that's what I'm picking up here from a lot of people in Washington, D.C., some of them who are eyeing job at the White House. With his return, and who were sitting on the K Street consulting for Republicans, are very excited about his victory, and they want to basically go back to work with President Donald Trump. So it is very interesting and a very, very, we talk about democracy and everything that they talk about. This is how beautiful democracy could be. You could be out of power and you can come back again. So very, very interesting.
We also heard one of that message. We saw that tweet that Vivek put out saying that there was a lot of talk about how democracy is in danger in America, but this eventually spelled out very differently for Donald Trump. What did he really mean when he said that? When he says democracy is in danger, and it was Trump and only Trump who could protect it?
Well, I think he's alluding to some of the things that he said during the primaries. I think he made it a point where he said Democrats want to make America a one-party system, and that if Democrats were to win, then they would actually do that. And if you look at some of these states, Nabila, and this is very interesting. I mean, it is in a sense, California is always won by Democrats, right? It's always won by Democrats. Texas is mostly won by Republicans. So I think his idea was that if Democrats came to power, there wouldn't be any democracy left, in the sense that they would be only left with one single majority party, which would have been the Democratic Party. So it did take Trump to reinforce the fact that Americans are they were listening to what Trump was saying, they were listening to what Biden was doing. They were trying to scope out Vice President Kamala Harris. And in the end, overwhelmingly, they chose to go with President Trump, somebody they thought who looked presidential, somebody who's done the job before, and somebody they believe can actually make America great again.
All right. Rohit, I'd request you to stay back with us. I want to get an understanding on Donald Trump's family and the kind of impact they've had in Donald Trump's victory here. But a quick take here on this mystery son of Donald Trump. Not a mystery anymore. Barron Trump really has emerged as a strategist of sorts by guiding Donald Trump towards the youth of America on how to appease them, on how to really relate and connect to them. For Donald Trump, who's in his 70s, to actually be connecting so naturally with the American youth. It's all thanks to his son, Barron Trump, who's stayed away from the spotlight, but really has masterminded Trump's strategy by appearing in some of the podcasts, talking to streamers, interacting with comedians. A recent high school graduate, Barron Trump, strategized his father's outreach when it came to the youth voters. Let's take a quick look who that is.
It was Trump's night, but there was one person towering over everyone at the Republican campaign headquarters on result night. Barron Trump, 6 feet, 8 inches tall. The youngest in the Trump clan is the silent strategist who shifted the election stride in favor of his father. Fresh off landing at NYU's Stern School of Business, Barron cast his first vote on Tuesday and had guided his father to make podcast appearances that would strike a chord with the younger voters. From candid conversations with comedians to appearances on popular online shows, wrapping up his appearances with one of the most influential podcasters of our times, Joe Rogan.
It's the most dangerous.
It's a very dangerous business. First of all, it's a very tough business.
It's the most dangerous business.
It's the most, well, for a job?
Yes. I mean, other than going to war and being a firefighter or being a cop, it's the most dangerous business.
It's the most dangerous. Being president is the most dangerous.
Barron's recommendations helped Donald Trump connect with Gen Z and millennials in a big way. In one of his final rallies in the swing state of North Carolina, Trump revealed how Barron advises him.
Dad, just take it easy now. You just take it easy, Dad, all right? You don't have to go too much here. He gives me good, he's very wise.
Growing up in the White House, Barron Trump has largely avoided the media glare. But the mysterious son of Donald Trump is now stepping out of the shadows. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, that newly minted graduate, the very young Barron Trump, who seems to be the man who strategized Trump's connect with the youth of America. Let me bring in Rohit, our correspondent right on the ground, to give us a little more on Donald Trump and his huge family. Rohit, the connect that Donald Trump has with his family members, so much so that he's using their advice, which has really benefited him, be it with the connect with the youth. Barron Trump has been attributed to that. Connect with the women, which Donald Trump has managed through Ivanka Trump and Melania Trump by and large. But his family members have aided in this campaign and kind of guided him through this presidential election, seem to have gone in the right direction for him.
It has, although we did not see a lot of Ivanka Trump and we did not see Jared Kushner on the campaign trail, or we did see them yesterday. And the fact that, he was able to talk about Melania last night, and he said she's the best-selling book author. I mean, he was trying to plug in that book again last night, which was very funny in a way, and that's how Donald talks. But yes, family plays a very important role for him, especially, his wife. And he said it multiple times during the campaign trail. Yes, he's had, some ups and downs. At the end of it all, I think Donald Trump is trying to credit anyone and everyone.
All right. Rohit, we're going to try and patch your connection. It seems to be slightly patchy there. But Rohit's really bringing us all those elements and the angles from the United States presidential elections. Another one man that we could speak of who has really aided in Donald Trump's victory here is none other than Elon Musk. As you all may already know, Elon Musk has vociferously campaigned in every different unique way for Donald Trump, from him backing Trump with millions to, in fact, through his social media platform, Twitter, he reached out to literally the whole world, where he spoke about Trump and why Trump is good for America on many different creative ways that he came up with to humor the social media users to vote for Trump. Now, as they align on issues, both Trump and Musk, they align particularly on issues of tax cut, on free speech, government roles. Musk could really now play a key role in Donald Trump's government. That's what's expected, that he could be formally included into the government as Donald Trump's advisor. On what level will he advise? That's yet to be established. But this partnership also could benefit India. It could open doors for Tesla and Starlink. After Trump and Musk, undoubtedly a big winner here in the elections in America, have already hinted at their partnership with India going forward. So take a quick look at Musk and Trump's bonhomie.
We have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he is. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight.
The stars have aligned for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. With Trump back in the White House, this friendship is set to soar. On election night, Musk was by Trump's side at the Republican watch party in Mar-a-Lago. Tesla CEO has been the biggest Trump backer in the US election, pledging $1 million a day in a bid to galvanize Republican voters.
America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
Donald Trump and Elon Musk's close relationship made headlines in 2022 after the latter bought Twitter and changed its name to X. One of the first moves Musk made was to restore Donald Trump's banned X account. Since then, he has used his social media platform to advocate why the United States must choose Trump as their next president. Once a supporter of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, The realignment between Musk and Trump came on issues like tax cuts, transgender issues, and government role and free speech. Political observers are now asking if the 53-year-old founder of SpaceX and Starlink satellite network could also play an influential role in the second Trump administration. The Tesla CEO himself has expressed his willingness to serve after Trump hinted that he would consider Elon Musk for a cabinet role or advisory post if he won. The Trump-Musk dosti is also likely to become a booster for India. It could open doors for Tesla's entry and Starlink.
He really wants to do the right thing for India. He wants to be open, he wants to be supportive of new companies, and obviously, but at the same time, make sure it accrues to India's advantage, which is, obviously, that's the job. I'm saying I am a fan of Modi, so, so I have to say that.
One thing is for sure. After Trump, Musk has emerged the big winner in this crucial American election. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, well, we know that Kamala Harris has lost out. The United States politics, of course, unfortunately, has not gone well for Kamala Harris. What really is making news here, though, in India is the southern connection that the United States elections has had. Of course, netizens there coming up with your own unique interpretations to the elections in the United States. Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance's wife, Usha Vance, also has Indian roots, just like Kamala Harris. While Usha Vance, her roots is from Andhra Pradesh. She has a Telugu connect. You have Kamala Harris, whose roots is with Tamil Nadu. So people of Andhra Pradesh on social media and around the world are celebrating J.D. Vance's victory as a personal one as they face off between Telugu and Tamil people. They basically say that here, Telugu wins over Tamilians. Well, it's basically Twitterati banter, but couldn't ignore certainly. J.D. Vance's Indian connect comes with wife Usha Vance. J.D. Vance met Usha in his Yale days. Vance credits his wife for inspiring him to find his true faith in Christianity 4 years after his marriage. A litigator at a national firm, Usha Chilukuri is the daughter of Indian immigrant parents and has an impressive academic background. Together they have 3 children. Usha Vance once narrated her love story as well on how she and J.D. Vance got together. Let's hear it.
I met J.D. in law school when he was fresh out of Ohio State, which he attended with the support of the GI Bill. We were friends first because, who wouldn't want to be friends with J.D.? He was then, as now, the most interesting person I knew. A working-class guy who had overcome childhood traumas that I could barely fathom to end up at Yale Law School. A tough Marine who had served in Iraq, but whose idea of a good time was playing with puppies and watching the movie Babe. The most determined person I knew with one overriding ambition: to become a husband and a father, and to build the kind of tight-knit family that he had longed for as a child. My background is very different from JD's. I grew up in San Diego, in a middle-class community, with 2 loving parents, both immigrants from India, and a wonderful sister. That JD and I could meet at all, let alone fall in love and marry, is a testament to this great country.